Hello guys, Sean Foggett here. I'm going to be doing my final Premier League predictions. So deciding who's going to win the league, who's going to get Europe in terms of Champions League, Europa League and Conference, and who goes down to the Championship. So the first game I'm going to have to predict is Brentford against Chelsea. I think this is going to be a 1-0 victory to Chelsea. Then we've got Everton against West Ham. I think Everton will win that 2-1. Fulham against Brighton. After coming off against a United side and beating them 2-1 away at Old Trafford, which wasn't an easy game for them, I think they're going to have good confidence going into this match. And I think they're going to beat Brighton 2-0. Newcastle against Wolves. I can see this game being a draw. Quite high score, and I'm going to go 3-3. Nottingham Forest against Liverpool. They obviously got knocked out of the FA Cup recently against United, so I don't expect them to be doing anything against Liverpool if they can't do anything against United. So I'm going to go Liverpool to get a 2-0 win. Spurs against Crystal Palace. Obviously, they didn't play last game week because they were meant to play Chelsea, but it was the Carabao Cup finals, which meant that Chelsea couldn't play that game against them at that time. But I think it's going to be a 3-0 victory to Spurs. Luton against Aston Villa. Obviously, they got spanked in the week against City in the FA Cup. But overall in the league, against the big sides, they normally do quite well. I think they'll lose this, but it's going to be tight. I'm going to go 2-1 to Villa. Burnley against Bournemouth. I feel like this has a draw written all over it. I'm going to go 0-0. The biggest game of the weekend, City against United. I think it'll be tighter than what a lot of people will think, but I do expect City to get the victory. 3-1. Sheffield United against Arsenal. I can only see Arsenal winning this, and it's going to be 7-0, which would be good for Arsenal's goal difference. So this is how it looks after the week. It would be Liverpool 63 points, City 62, Arsenal 61, Villa 55, Tottenham 50, United 44, Brighton 39, Wolves 39, West Ham 39, Newcastle 38, Chelsea 38, Fulham 35, and Everton 34. Bournemouth 29, Palace 28, Brentford 25, Forest 24, Luton 20, and Burnley 14, and bottom Sheffield United 13. The next game week, United taking on Everton. I think United win that, but it will be like unconvincing. 1-0. Bournemouth against Sheffield United. Think it's going to be 2-0 to Bournemouth. Crystal Palace against Luton will be a tight 1-0 victory to Palace. Wolves against Fulham will be a high-scoring draw. I'm going to go 2-2. Arsenal against Brentford. I think Brentford need the points, so I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal drop points here. Going to go 1-1. Aston Villa against Tottenham Hotspur. This is a huge game in terms of the top four. I'm going to go Tottenham to win 3-2. Brighton Hove Albion against Nottingham Forest. I think Brighton will get the victory 3-1. West Ham versus Burnley. I think it's going to be a 3-0 home win to West Ham. The biggest game of the season, Liverpool against Manchester City at Anfield. And whoever wins this will probably likely win the Premier League. But you never know, there will be other games to play. I'm going to go for a Liverpool 3, City 4. I think City do finally get the win at Anfield with fans. Because obviously we won there in the 2021 season where we won 4-1, but there was no fans there. Chelsea against Newcastle. I think Chelsea win this 2-1. Will be close, but I expect them to win. And this is how the title race and the table looks after that game week. It would be Manchester City on 65 points, Liverpool 63, Arsenal 62, Aston Villa 55, Tottenham 53, United 47, Brighton 42, West Ham 42, Chelsea 41, 10th Wolves would be 40 points, Newcastle in 11th 38, Fulham would have 36 points in 12th. Everton, after that points deduction being reduced to 6, will be in 13th on 34 points. Bournemouth will be in 14th on 32 points. Palace, 15th, 31 points. Brentford, 16th, 26 points. Nottingham Forest, 17th, 24 points. Luton, 18th, 20 points. Burnley, 19th, 14 points. And Sheffield United, bottom, 13 points. Now on to match week 29. Arsenal against Chelsea. I think Arsenal win that game 3-2. Brentford against Burnley, or Burnley against Brentford, should I say. It's at Turf Moor. I think it's going to be a shock 2-1 win to Burnley. Crystal Palace against Newcastle. I think Newcastle gets a 3-1 win. Luton against Nottingham Forest. It's at the Kenilworth Road. I think it's going to be... Hang on a second. 2-1 to Luton. United against Sheffield United. I think it's going to be a 3-0 United win. Manchester United, that is, because they're both United, so that's why I have to say that. Wolves against Bournemouth. I think Wolves will get a 1-0 win. Fulham against Spurs. I think will be a 4-2 win to Spurs. The Merseyside derby, Everton against Liverpool. I think Everton will narrowly lose 2-1 to Liverpool. West Ham against Aston Villa, I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Brighton against City, I think City win that 4-2. And now this is how the table looks. City top 68 points. Liverpool second 66 points. Arsenal in third 65 points. Aston Villa fourth 56 points. Level on points with Spurs in fifth, also on 56 points. United 50 points, 6th place. Wolves 7th 43. West Ham 8th 43 points. Brighton 9th, 42 points. Newcastle 10th, 41 points. Chelsea in 11th, 41 points. Fulham 36 points in 12th. Everton 13th, 34 points. Bournemouth 14th, 32 points. Palace 15th, 31 points. Brentford 16th, 26 points. Nottingham Forest 17th, 24 points. And the bottom three, Luton 23 points. Burnley 17 points. And Sheffield United 13 points. Newcastle against West Ham. I think Newcastle get a 2-0 win there. Bournemouth against Everton. I think Bournemouth win that 2-1. Chelsea against Burnley will be a 2-0 win to Chelsea. Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace will be a 3-1 to Forest. Sheffield United against Fulham will be a 3-1 win to Fulham. Tottenham against Luton will be a 4-1 win to Spurs. Aston Villa against Wolves will be a 3-2 win to Villa. Brentford against United, I think, will be a 1-1 draw. Liverpool against Brighton will be a 3-2 win to Liverpool. City against Arsenal, I think City win 2-1. Now, this is how the table looks. City, 71 points top. Liverpool, second, 69 points. Arsenal, 65 points. Spurs, 59 points in fourth. They've overtaken Villa now, but they're still level on points with Villa, who also have 59 points. United, 51 points. Newcastle, 44 points. Chelsea, 44 in 8th. Wolves, 43 in 9th. West Ham, 43 in 10th. Brighton in 11th, 42 points. Fulham in 12th, 39 points. Bournemouth, 13th, 35 points. Everton, 14th, 34 points. Crystal Palace, 31 points in 15th. Brentford in 16th, 27 points. And Nottingham Forest, 17th, 27 points. Luton, 23 points, 18th. Burnley, 19th, 17 points. And Sheffield United are still on 13 points in last place. Nottingham Forest against Fulham, I think, is going to be a 2-2 draw. Newcastle against Everton will be a 3-1 win to Newcastle. Bournemouth against Crystal Palace will be a 1-0 win to Bournemouth. Burnley against Wolves will be a 3-2 win to Wolves. West Ham against Spurs, I reckon, will be a 2-1 win to West Ham. Arsenal against Luton, I think Arsenal win that 6-0. Brentford against Brighton, I think, will be a 2-1 win to Brentford. City against Villa, I think City will win that 2-0. Liverpool against Sheffield United, I think Liverpool win that 8-0. And that will give them some boost to their goal difference. Chelsea against United, I reckon it'll be a 1-1 draw. So this is how the table looks now. You've got City top 74 points, Liverpool 72 points in second, but with quite a bit of a superior goal difference. Arsenal in third, 68 points. Tottenham in fourth, 59 points. And Aston Villa in fifth, 59 points. United in sixth, 52 points. Newcastle 47 points. Wolves 46 points. West Ham 9th, 46 points. Chelsea 10th, 45 points. Brighton in 11th, 42 points. Fulham in 12th, 40 points. Bournemouth in 13th, 38 points. Crystal Palace in 15th, 31 points. Brentford in 16th, 30 points. Nottingham Forest in 17th, 28 points. Luton in 18th, 23 points. And Burnley in 19th, 17 points. And Sheffield United in 20th, 13 points. Crystal Palace against City. I think we will win that 2-1. Aston Villa against Brentford. I think Aston Villa will win that 3-1. Everton against Burnley will be a 2-0 win to Everton. Fulham against Newcastle will be a 2-1 win to Fulham. Luton against Bournemouth will be a 1-0 win to Luton. Wolves against West Ham will be a 2-0 win to Wolves. Brighton against Arsenal will be a 3-2 win to Arsenal. Sheffield United against Chelsea will be a 3-1 win to Chelsea. United against Liverpool will be a 1-1 draw, which will be big drop points for Liverpool, sorry. Tottenham against Nottingham Forest will be a 3-1 win to Spurs. And now this is how the table looks. City top 77 points. Liverpool second 73 points. Arsenal third 71 points. Tottenham in fourth 62 points. Aston Villa in fifth 62 points. United sixth 53 points. Wolves 7th 49 points. Chelsea 8th 48 points. Newcastle 9th 47 points. West Ham 10th 46 points. Fulham 11th 43 points. Brighton 12th 42 points. Bournemouth 38 points in 13th. Everton 37 points in 14th. Crystal Palace 31 points in 15th. Brentford 16th 30 points. Nottingham Forest 17th on 28 points. Luton 18th 26 points. And Burnley 19th, 17 points. Sheffield United bottom 13 points. Now time for match week 33. Newcastle against Spurs. I think Newcastle will beat Spurs 2-1. Brentford against Sheffield United. I think will be a 2-0 win to Brentford. Burnley against Brighton, I think, will be a 4-1 win to Brighton. City against Luton, I think, will be a 4-1 win to City. Nottingham Forest against Wolves. will be a 1-0 win to Forest. West Ham against Fulham, I think West Ham win that 2-0. Arsenal against Aston Villa will be a 2-1 win to Arsenal. Liverpool against Crystal Palace will be a 3-0 win to Liverpool. United against Bournemouth will be a 2-1 win to United. Chelsea against Everton will be a 3-3 draw. So this is how the table would look after match week 33. City 80 points top, Liverpool second 76 points, Arsenal third 74 points, Tottenham in fourth 62 points, Aston Villa in fifth also 162 points but have a lesser goal difference to Spurs. United in sixth 56 points. Newcastle in 7th, 50 points. Chelsea 8th, 49 points. Wolves 9th, 49 points. West Ham 10th, 49 points. Brighton in 11th, 45 points. So I think it's Fulham next. Fulham 43 points, 12th. Everton 38 points, 13th. Bournemouth 38 points, 14th. Brentford 15th, 33 points. Nottingham Forest 31 points, 16th. Crystal Palace 31 points, 17th. And Luton 26 points, 18th. Burnley 19th, 17 points. Sheffield United bottom, 13 points. Villa against Bournemouth will be a 3-0 win to Villa. Brighton against Chelsea will be a 2-1 win to Brighton. Palace against West Ham will be a 2-2 draw. Everton against Forest will be a 3-2 win to Everton. Fulham against Liverpool will be a 1-0 win to Liverpool. Luton against Brentford will be a 1-0 win to Luton. United against Newcastle will be a 2-2 draw. Sheffield United against Burnley will be a 1-1 draw. The two worst teams in the league by far. No disrespect to people who watch this channel who support those two clubs. Tottenham against City will be a 2-2 draw. Wolves against Arsenal. I think Arsenal nick that 3-2. Now this is how the table looks. City top 81 points. Liverpool second 79 points. Arsenal third 77 points. Aston Villa fourth 65 points. Tottenham fifth 63 points. United 6th, 57 points. Newcastle 7th, 51 points. West Ham 8th, 50 points. Chelsea 9th, 49 points. Wolves 10th, 49 points as well. Brighton 11th, 48 points. Fulham 12th, 43 points. Everton 13th, 41 points. Bournemouth 14th, 38 points. Brentford 15th, 33 points. Crystal Palace 16th, 32 points. Nottingham Forest 17th, 31 points. Luton 18th, 29 points. Burnley 19th, 18 points. And Sheffield United are last place in the league with 14 points. Last few games now. Bournemouth against Brighton. I think Bournemouth will win that 2-1. Villa against Chelsea. I see Villa wiping the floor with Chelsea 3-0. Everton against Brentford. I think will be a 1-0 win to Everton. Fulham against Palace will be a 3-1 win to Fulham. United against Burnley will be a 3-1 win to United. Newcastle against Sheffield United will be a 5-2 win to Newcastle. Nottingham Forest against City will be a 2-1 win to City. Tottenham against Arsenal will be a 3-2 win to Spurs. West Ham against Liverpool will be a 2-1 win to Liverpool. Wolves against Luton will be a 3-3 draw. And now this is how the table looks. City top 84 points. Liverpool second 82 points. Arsenal third 77 points. Villa fourth 68 points. Tottenham fifth 66 points. United sixth 60 points. Newcastle seventh 54 points. Wolves in eighth 50 points. West Ham in ninth also on 50 points. Chelsea 49 points in 10th. Brighton 11th 48 points. Fulham 12th 46 points. Everton 13th 44 points. Bournemouth 14th 41 points. Brentford 15th 33 points. Crystal Palace 16th, sorry. And Nottingham Forest 31.17th. 1 point above Luton in 18th on 30 points. Burnley 19th, 18 points. And Sheffield United 14 points. Arsenal against Bournemouth. I think Arsenal win that 4-0. Brentford against Fulham will be a 2-2 draw. Brighton against Villa will be a 2-1 win to Brighton. Burnley against Newcastle will be a 4-1 win to Newcastle. Chelsea against West Ham will be a 1-0 win to Chelsea. Crystal Palace against United will be a 2-1 win to Palace. Liverpool against Tottenham will be a 1-1 draw. Luton against Everton will be a 2-1 win to Luton. City against Wolves will be a 1-0 win to City. Sheffield United against Forest will be a 2-2 draw. Match week 37th. Second to last game of the season. One second. Wait, I didn't recalculate, I don't think. Oh, I must have done. No, there we go. I've recalculated now. Bournemouth against Brentford will be a 1-0 win to Bournemouth. Villa against Liverpool will be a 4-3 win to Liverpool. Everton will beat Sheffield United 3-0. City Fulham will be a 1-1 draw. United Arsenal will be a 1-1 draw as well. Newcastle against Brighton will be a 2-2 draw. Forest will beat Chelsea 1-0. Spurs will beat Burnley 5-0. Wolves Luton will be... West Ham Luton will be 3-1. Wolves Crystal Palace will be 3-1 to Wolves. Now, last game of the season. Arsenal will beat Everton 5-0. Brentford will beat Newcastle 1-0. Brighton will beat United 3-1. Burnley will beat Forest 2-1. Chelsea will beat Bournemouth 3-1. Palace will lose to Villa 4-2. Liverpool will beat Wolves 3-1. Luton will beat Fulham 1-0. City will beat West Ham 3-1. Sheffield United will lose to Spurs 4-0. And this is how the table would finish. City would win the league with 91 points. Liverpool would come second, 89 points. Arsenal would come third, 84 points. Spurs would come fourth, 73 points. Villa would come fifth, 71 points. United would come sixth, 61 points. Newcastle would come seventh on 58 points. Brighton would come 8th, 55 points. Chelsea 9th, 55 points. Wolves 10th on 53 points. West Ham 11th, 53 points. Fulham 12th, 48 points. Everton 47 points, 13th. Bournemouth 14th, 44 points. Brentford 37 points, 15th. Luton 16th, 36 points. Nottingham Forest 35 points, 17th. Survive on goal difference, with Palace going down 35 points. Burnley going down as well, 21 points. And Sheffield United going down with 15 points. Let me know if that would be the lowest points tally of a team that's got relegated. But leave me your thoughts on my predictions and give your predictions down in the comment section below. And also subscribe and like and share the video. Thanks for watching.